Yeah, this is exactly what I was afraid of. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to SIBZ, West Coast, East Coast Siblings, where we cover your favorite movies and TV shows. Today, we've got episode 7 of Raised by Wolves on HBO Max. We're catching up. We're going to talk about the 3 biggest takeaways from the episode, what you need to know, as well as my opinions here and there. So before we get started, hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss. Let's get into it. Okay, before we get started, I was afraid of this. There seemed to be such a climax in episode 6 that I was wondering, okay, where are they really going to go from here? Are they going to resort to something dumb to tie things up? There are only really 3 episodes left, so my fear was that they peaked too early, and my hunch seems to be right so far. Also, another thing I want to give a quick update on is the relationship between Campion and Paul. Both of these kids they're pushing as candidates for being that prophesied chosen one of the Mithraic people. And in the last couple episodes, we found out that Paul actually has a higher IQ, or he's smarter than Campion. Campion does not like that at all. He's used to being the one who impresses Mother, but even though Campion was well above average, Paul just blew the whole test away. Okay, so big takeaway number 1, guys, we got to pay attention to is the growing divide between Marcus and Sue. There's a conflict brewing here. Sue definitely wants to get out of there. She's like, look, we're only playing these roles. We are not really Mithraic. We're not Paul's real parents, but we want to be. Let's get out of here. Let's go to the tropical zone and we can be done with this whole thing and live our lives as a family. Marcus, on the other hand, is starting to enjoy being in power. He's starting to like leading the Mithraic. And yes, Soul is still in his head, telling him to even kill Sue, which is very interesting because Soul has been telling him to spare Mother, but to kill Sue. We're starting to see why Soul might want her out of the picture as she's pulling Marcus away from the Mithraic people. Okay, big takeaway number 2. Yes. Father is back again. This time without any memory, apparently, of who he is, but you know, it's going to be a cliche. He's going to get his memory back, I'm pretty sure, eventually. They're calling him Triggerfinger now because some kind of glitch he has in his hand. You know, at some places, this story is very well written, so kudos to Ridley Scott. But in other places, I'm like, really? Like, how many times can you kill the same character? And even the Triggerfinger thing ends up being a dumb plot point we'll get to in big takeaway number 3. But yes, basically, Father and Mother both survived the ordeal, and Marcus basically wants to reprogram them using the Necromancer, probably for a weapon of mass destruction or a deterrent against any foreign threat. But I digress, guys. Big takeaway number 3, though, Mother is set to be executed. She knows that Marcus is a fraud and that Sue probably is a fraud too. And she tries to expose him, and he says, nope, that's it. I don't want to use you as a weapon. We're going to kill you. We're going to throw you down one of those big old holes. So he gets Father, and Father ends up taking her over there. And the stupid trigger finger thing causes him to slip his finger into one of the ropes on the sled she's being pulled on, and as she drops off, she gets hooked. I mean, you saw the episode. That was ridiculous. But I think it was so ridiculous because they're trying to show you that Soul is actually controlling these events, because he keeps telling Marcus, let her live, and Marcus decides not to, so they're saying maybe Soul is intervening in these weird ways to save her. And Marcus ends up straight gashing, slashing himself. He fights his old self before he got the plastic surgery and ends up gashing his own stomach. So yeah, it's just craziness. And I'm thinking, yeah, this is great action. Like, this is even a good episode. But why didn't this come last episode and you saved that big event that happened in episode 6 for like the season finale? You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like all the stakes and all the action that can come after this point won't be as high as what we just saw in episode 6. I mean, maybe I'm crazy, but it seemed like that was the way they should have gone. But those are my 2 cents. Let me know yours down in the comments below. Be sure to like the video if you're liking the video, subscribe, and click the bell so that you don't miss episode 8 as we keep it rolling. If you're new to the channel, we got plenty of shows for you to watch, so check them out right here. Check them out down in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.